is an Unspoiled Network podcast.
This is Unscrupled, covering Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episodes 5 and 6, Life Serial, and All the Way. In these episodes, Buffy gets gaslighted. Gaslit?
Gaslighted.
Gassid light.
Thinged. Also,
Dawn likes vampires. It runs in the family. Welcome to Unscrupled. Howdy there, bitches.
Hey, money.
How was your day?
It was long. How was yours?
You know what my day wasn't?
What?
It wasn't a day filled with 3 incels in a black van gaslighting me with magic.
That's true.
Yes, it is very true.
I gotta feel for Buffy in this episode.
Oh, I feel for Buffy because, she's looking for a job, and that sucks.
Yes. Buffy is the everyman this episode, right. And man, is she hurting.
And, I sincerely enjoyed this episode, but there was, that thing in the back of my mind is, I'm watching a woman get gaslit by incels. I should not be laughing.
Well, she foils their plots.
Yeah.
She foils them real good, too.
But still, it's, and a lot of this is residual Jonathan. I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan.
Yeah, we wanted better for him.
I wanted something valuable from him. Doesn't have to be much.
Yeah. Just maybe don't become a supervillain.
Yeah. And, the worst kind of supervillain, the kind that has no real motivation. I don't understand why they're fucking with her. I mean, for the reputation, but they're not telling anybody. They're just sitting around and doing it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it feels like they could probably just have a life of crime and leave Sunnydale.
Right.
But instead, they're challenging the only person who could possibly thwart them.
Mm-hmm.
On purpose. Maybe she does thwart them. She did get in the way of that bank heist, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
they may see her as an obstacle.
They could. Now, so where are we? We have not seen her meeting with Angel in the Desert yet, have we?
We're not gonna see her meeting with the Angel in the Desert.
Really?
Yeah, it happened. It's past. It was episodes and episodes
I know,
ago.
but that was the end of episode 4.
Right.
So at the start of Angel episode 5, we could see it.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever happened in the desert between the two of them, well, let's just say I got nothing.
Okay. This is spoilery. It's they made such a big deal about it too, so yeah, so I don't know what Buffy's been up to, and this is a drawback of doing the show the way we do, but I kind of need to stay on 2 shows on the same show whenever possible. So, Buffy's looking for a job, and she has 3 prospects. One of them is just, going back to school.
Yeah.
Which doesn't work because they put a device on her that slows down, or speeds up time? Slows down time.
Speeds up time, so she kept missing stuff. But also, going back to school wasn't gonna work because Buffy's not schoolgirl.
Yeah, she's really not. And I think that's a little sad in that, Buffy kind of wants some semblance of normalcy, but I think a little bit about this is her accepting that that's not ever gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been able to happen, sort of, if she had still had an infrastructure, but all of that's gone now.
Yeah.
Or rather, it's different. She has infrastructure, but she doesn't have a safety net.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have someone to turn to with answers anymore. Because Giles is fucking useless.
Well, she keeps trying to make it Giles, and he keeps being like, whoa, look at me, not your dad.
Yeah, I don't really, want Giles around anymore. I feel like the show is, in everything from, the conversations they have to what their daily lives are filled with, to the concerns, to their hair, to their clothes. Everything's more adult now, and Giles doesn't fit in this world.
Well, Giles doesn't want to be around. He had just made himself a nice little life in England, and now he gets bungeed back.
Right. He wasn't gone for very long.
He's gone for 3 months.
But, no, he was gone for a couple weeks.
Okay, maybe a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, maybe ubiquitous black British lady misses him. I don't know.
Maybe he could, have a life that didn't involve constant bloodshed and concussions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's...
living the dream. Not being concussed for, an entire week.
Maybe he could go back to the Watchers Council and reform it from the inside. I don't know.
Well, he's already on their payroll.
I'm really starting to resent Giles here, because it doesn't work for me.
Okay.
This is, I felt like it was such a grown-up, moving-on step for the show to give him an exit, and then he's fucking back. He was gone for, 2 episodes?
Yeah, something like that. But,
So, yeah, Buffy, she's going to class with Tara, and she keeps, I guess Tara thinks she's spacing out?
Well, that was the question I asked. It's what is everyone else seeing when Buffy's, missing time? Because she didn't just go back to school with Tara. First she went with Willow, and they were in that class, and Buffy's like, whoa, this is way over my head. When did everyone in college get so smart? And the answer is, that's what 200 and 300 level classes are like.
Yeah.
If you miss a year, you miss a lot.
It does do one of my pet peeves, though,
What?
which is completely get a college classroom wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Because what does not happen is the teacher or the professor just shouting things and having people answer.
Yeah.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
It's lecture for 40 minutes and then maybe 5 minutes of questions.
Or, you can invite the class to participate, but it's not like every thought in your head needs to be validated by your students. It's just not what it does.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, they get college wrong because, why would Joss go to college?
Also, you know what else you don't do?
What?
You don't debate the nature of reality.
No, you read books that do it better, and then you try to think in that way, and then you read a different book that does it a different way, and your brain explodes.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's and the things they were talking about is the theses were just so all-encompassing for every question. And I'm like, God damn it, Joss, can you just, go to school?
Yeah.
Just for research purposes. You can expense it.
Just audit a couple courses.
It's a tax write-off. I mean, come on.
Yeah. You don't even have to pass.
Yeah.
You do have to try to write a paper, though.
Did this show get any Emmys?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I could look it up, but I don't care.
Yeah. That's a very you answer.
I'm learning to embrace the moments where I just don't give a fuck.
That's you know what that's called?
Adulting?
Your 30s.
I'm almost done with my 30s, so it's about time I caught the fuck up.
Yep. This whole time-lapse thing doesn't last very long. Buffy manages to crawl across the quad and hide under a stone picnic table, and those are fucking sharp.
Yeah.
I have been stoned crawling around on the quad, and those things will fuck up your shins.
It's true.
Yeah, I think I have some scars from that shit. But I did wonder why nobody noticed that there was a random-ass blonde woman just crawling in slow motion,
Right, that's the thing. When Tara's talking to her and she's not responding, and then, Tara's apparently walking away from her and she's not following. It's Tara, smack her around.
Right. Also, Warren is capable of making a time tuner.
Yeah. Time turner.
Is it?
Yeah, it's called a time turner because it's an hourglass that turns. Anyway, point being, Warren
I just gave her a withering look, listeners. You could probably hear it. It killed the flowers outside.
It's true, it did. You owe me for gardening. Anyway, but the point is...
You don't garden.
I know way too much about Harry Potter, and this is a hill I will die on.
Okay.
The other point being, he can make a time turner. He's very powerful. Who cares?
But he's not a witch.
He's wasting it. It was technology, not witchcraft. He's technology guy. Remember the robots?
He's not quantum technology guy. I could
Apparently
see that
he is.
the guy from Angel who wanted to fuck his girlfriend for all eternity doing this, but not Warren.
Maybe they bowl together. You don't know.
It's like... There's the guy who wanted to stick his dick in someone for all eternity and invented the end of the universe for it, and then there's the guy who makes fuck robots. Which of these do you think is going to stop time?
They probably actually do go bowling together because they're super focused on their dicks.
Yeah. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Do you think Warren goes all the way to LA, or do you think what's-his-face comes to Sunnydale?
I think they meet at the bowling alley in the middle. Probably the same one that Angel and Buffy went to. Right.
Oh God, we had such a conversation about this. Like, it was several weeks. It was 3 weeks ago now that I heard Buffy saying she's going to meet Angel in the desert.
Yep.
And nothing has come of that yet. So, yeah, I want to know what the fuck happened.
She rose from the dead.
Okay.
She wanted to see one of the touchstones of her life. Mm-hmm. He wanted to not mourn her anymore. They probably, hugged and held each other and cried, and then left super sad once they realized that they still can't be together because of his gypsy curse.
You know what I want to happen?
What?
I want them to go out and, both of them to get off at different exits and just be waiting at the wrong gas station for 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Things that can't happen with cellular technology.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she'd buy some frosted donuts and go back home.
I think she'd get powdered ones.
Yeah, we've had this argument, guys. Bitches likes her some powdered donuts, and
powdered mini donuts!
I like the chocolate iced. So
chocolate tastes like dirt.
I know, you're weird. Except when you're on your period and then you inhale that shit.
Well, okay, it has a chemical in it that makes your entire self feel better when you're menstruating. And I know, men just can't understand because they never feel that lack.
Do you bleed? Do you bleed?
Yes.
Tessa Cockbane asks, do you bleed? Guys, you should be watching ContraPoints. It's hilarious and it's amazing. Yeah, so, that one, she finds the thing on her sweater, and time is no longer fucked up for her, but she's managed to fuck up her one day at college, so her next gig is working with Xander on the construction site.
Which, honestly, would have been a solid move. She's got super strength. I mean, she could have, they told her, slow down, we get paid by the hour. She could have been great at that if they hadn't fucked it up.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we get this thing where they're like, we're paid by the hour, slow down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 1, no, you're not.
Yeah.
And 2.
Yeah. You actually get a bonus if you finish earlier, guys.
Right. Also, your boss is there, and especially house building. House building is usually a small crew of someone who's invested in this. They actually put their own ass money in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She's doing too well in hefting things.
Yeah.
She has healing powers, right?
Yeah, she heals super fast.
Okay, cool. So, even if she gets injured, she'd be fine.
Well, depends on the injury. I mean, there's still some things that she can't resurrect from.
Yeah, but, if she accidentally nailed her hand to a board...
Yeah, she'd be fine.
Yeah.
She'd pull the nail out with her bare hands, and her other hand would be fine in, a day or 2.
Right. So, she's doing her thing, and she's lifting shit, and then suddenly some fucking demons attack.
Yup. She pushes some guys out of the way, fights the demons, triumphs, but also damages a bunch of shit, and everyone's mad at her.
Also, they melt.
And they melt, so you can't even prove it. Except there were totally witnesses, but they're not going to say shit.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because men suck.
Patriarchy.
Patriarchy. Fight the patriarchy, guys.
Fight it.
Mm-hmm.
Like monsters.
I have a PSA on that later.
Ooh.
I really do. So, yeah. We also have... okay, so yeah, she fights these demons, she kills them, and meanwhile, the 3 chucklefucks are driving around in their black van.
Yeah.
And
I actually want to give a hot shout out to Xander for handling that in kind of the best possible way, where he's like, let's just go over here. She's like, you're firing me, aren't you? He's like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's like, wow, that was, you know what? That was the best way you could have handled that situation, Xander. Good job.
Yeah, Xander did something right. And you know what else I'm kind of proud of him about?
What?
He's he's worked hard enough and been useful enough to be promoted to a position where he can fire someone at the ripe old age of 21.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of feeling like, Xander, go you.
Yeah.
So, you seem to have your shit together more than anyone else on this show.
Yeah.
With the possible exception of... I don't have an answer for that. I kind of want to say Anya.
Anya's a small business owner. Yeah, she's doing okay.
Also,
They're a power couple. When did that happen?
I know. What fucking universe is this?
Sunnydale.
Yeah. But yeah, Anya also has a leg up on everyone else in that, like, she knows exactly what she wants and is, like, doesn't hedge about it.
Yeah. She doesn't compromise. She just gets what she wants.
Right. And she's super clear about it, too.
Yeah. She actually, for all her communication issues and lack of tact, she's actually kind of a great communicator.
Right. Well, she's got the same problem as Cordelia, where she just says whatever's the fuck in her head.
Yeah.
So,
but you never have to guess with her.
Right.
It's like, hey, you're bad at this.
So, yeah.
Do something else. It's like, wow. That was painful, but thanks.
Diet Cordelia.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I still like Cordelia better, but...
Well...
No, I like old Cordelia better.
Yeah, new Diet Cordelia is, rough.
Yeah. So,
Cordelia Zero.
Shut up. Cordelia with Splenda. Vanilla Cordelia Zero.
It was in my head. I wasn't going to go there. Thank you.
So, yeah. I swear to God, guys, we're not high.
Not yet.
Not yet. We might get high later. And you know why we can say that? Because we're in California. It's perfectly fucking legal. So,
that's true.
Haha, fuck you, flyover states.
And maybe we're not serious. You'll never know.
Yeah, you kind of will.
Yeah, you will.
Because we don't keep secrets.
No.
Yeah, so the final job is at the fucking magic store.
Yeah, the magic shop job is retail hell. And as much as I admire Anya for her clarity, that'd be a rough boss.
It would. Also, she gets stuck in a time loop.
Yeah, and that was actually fucking hilarious. Like, that whole Groundhog Day scenario was brilliant.
We're totally watching Daybreak this weekend, by the way.
Okay.
So... Also, you guys should watch Daybreak. Also, I covered it with Candace.
Well, tell girlfriend to clear a block of time then.
Okay. So, and by that I mean like an entire night.
Yes. I understand what you mean, but I do have to check my schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. She gets stuck in a time loop where I swear to God, I thought this woman was going to turn out to be one of them in drag.
That would have been... No, because then they're too invested in it.
Because I didn't, like...
They're cowards.
I remember Warren and I remember Jonathan. I don't remember who the other one is.
That's because it's this arc is the first time we've seen...
I know, but I don't even remember what he looks like. I can't even tell you what color hair he has right now.
Oh. Yeah.
Like,
I keep forgetting his name, and I know his name. It just won't come. Yeah, because there's...
Giggity.
Giggity. God damn it. But yeah, there's Warren, there's Jonathan, and there's...
Fuckface.
Andrew?
Stifler. Osgood.
I don't know.
Throckmorton.
I think he's Andrew, but I don't care.
Djibouti.
Whatever.
So, yeah, like, this woman was in a terrible fucking wig. And I clocked it the second she walked in, and I'm like, oh, it's one of these assholes in drag. And then she turns around and shows her face, and I'm like, oh, it's not.
Yeah, she's just really into mummy hands.
Right. She wants a mummy hand, but it needs to be alive.
Buffy. Embrace the technology of jars. Or a box.
Like, you ever gotten a spider out of your house, Buffy?
Yeah.
You take a cup and you put it over there and
then
a piece of
paper. It's gonna be okay. Like, you don't have to keep doing battle with this thing.
Although you can't really lay the blame for Buffy, for the hand on Buffy, because this was Anya's purview to make sure the items are stored properly.
Well, yeah, it should have been boxed, or there should be a butterfly net next to it or something. A pool skimmer, anything.
The next time you're hitting on someone, I want you to use that line.
You need a pool skimmer? What?
No. Fingers cost extra.
No. Okay, so yeah, and Buffy manages to get out of the time loop by offering to send it directly to her house, and then makes the terrible retail mistake of not charging for shipping.
Right.
And Anya gives her the worst insult that a boss can give to a retail person who makes next to nothing. Well, take it out of your salary.
That's not legal, Anya, but...
And Buffy's just, like, not having it. She just walks, and I really can't blame her.
I can't either.
Like, that's totally fair, Buff. Yep.
So, she runs into Demon Jonathan outside, right?
No, then she goes to get drunk with Spike.
That's right. There was some Spike here.
Yeah, that's where she's like, Spike, I need to feel alive. And he's like, well, let's do some shit. And then we get to find out more about the demon underworld.
Right.
Which, for example, they play poker.
For kittens.
For kitties. Which are apparently delicious.
I just assumed they were having a cuddle party.
They say, with their words.
I blocked it out because I didn't want...
to think about kitties.
Well, I didn't want to think about kitties being eaten, but also there's something super adorable about these vicious monsters, like wanting the biggest cuddle party possible and cheating at poker, which could cost them their life just so they could have more kitties to cuddle.
Okay, that is super fun.
Mine's much better.
That's my headcanon too now.
Right.
I want to go to the kitty poker game.
Yeah, we can watch some cat videos later.
Yeah.
And everybody's cheating.
Yeah, everyone's cheating a lot. But Spike's the best at cheating.
Right, because no one caught him. I forget what the whole point of this was, because I was too lost in kitties.
Kitties! No, he was trying to, like, get her to feel alive. So he was going to go to this poker game and start a fight. And she's drinking tequila straight from the bottle, so she could probably do with a fight. But that's not how girls process things. Boys process things with violence. Girls process things with, like... tears and talking and venting and ice cream and steel magnolias. Like, it's not a rage-based process, and Spike couldn't grok that. But he tried, and I will honestly give him some fucking points for that.
I take a Xanax and play video games. That's me.
That's fair. You know, everyone's got their process. His is violence, because, you know, he's a monster. And yeah, he gave her a really safe place to have some violence. I mean, he really thought about it and set it up. I can't fault him.
Right. So, yeah, and that doesn't work out, and that's when she runs into Jonathan as a demon.
Yeah, she recognized the van, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something, she's coming for us. It's like, guys, she doesn't know anything. She just knows that van keeps showing up, and she's gonna knock on it and ask you, what are you fellas up to? And you could be like, froyo trip, whatevs. But no, instead they panic and turn one of themselves into a demon-like thing that has no extra powers. It's just a costume. A fleshy costume.
A fleshy, delicious costume.
Did you taste him?
Demon Boy can get it.
Yeah? You liked that?
I really did.
You like that hunk of demon?
Like, I'm not normally for that type of, like, the hairless, but he was kind of, like, a little more realistic in build. And he wasn't, like, normally they have, like, this tiny-ass waist and these giant fucking shoulders, and I'm like, no, you look like a goddamn doorstop.
You're a triangle.
But no, like, he was, like, sturdy and the same width all the way down, like a power lifter.
Nice.
So, like, yeah, I'm like...
barrel chest.
Also, I can hold onto those horns.
Yeah, you can.
Handlebars.
Nice.
Yeah, so...
Anyway, that was a trip no one wanted to go on but us.
I think our listeners are still here, except for Dean Girl 85.
Oh, fuck her.
Yeah, fuck her.
Anyway, we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will.
Yes. So, yeah, just like Buffy, kicks him once and falls down because she's most of the way into that bottle of tequila. And yeah, he runs away. Smoke bomb.
So how does this episode end? I forget the resolution.
There wasn't really one. Like, they run away and Buffy's sad and she's just like, well, I guess I gotta keep trying to figure this shit out, and nothing's making me feel better, but thanks for trying, gang.
Yep. So that's the end of one episode, so let's get to my public service announcement.
Goody.
Yep. So I shared this good news with you 2 days ago, which I'm super proud of. Well, I'm not really proud of it because, I didn't do it, but the HPV vaccine is now approved for men under 45.
And women.
It's been approved for women for a while.
Not under 45. It was approved for women up to 35.
Huh.
I know because I keep being just a little bit too old for it.
Okay. Well, that's good news. Anyway, what I'm saying, guys, is HPV, guys and y'all, girls.
And everything in between.
And those who have yet to make up their minds.
All the colored boxes. Pink, blue, purple, green, polka dot.
HPV sucks. It is the leading cause of cervical cancer. And one of the really dangerous things about it is it's super fucking hard to test for in men. Especially since men generally don't see any symptoms whatsoever and have no idea that they're passing it on to their sexual partners.
Yep.
So we can kill this thing. We killed polio. We killed smallpox. If you are in a relationship, if you like to fuck people, you now have to add, on top of safe sex, but they have to have had the HPV vaccine. And, that is a blanket rule for me and my many lovers going forward.
Unspoiled is a listener-funded network. Support us by becoming a patron at patreon.com/unspoiled and get access to exclusive content and additional bonuses. Or you can shop on Amazon at unspoiledpodcast.com/Amazon.
Moony, wormtail, padfoot, and prongs.
Prongs? What has prongs? All I can think of is a lobster. That's not a good animal to turn into.
And who brought us here, Jeff? The island.
In this episode, an awful lot for a model airplane. What the fuck, Kate? Welcome to Unspoiled, the constant.
You're the Slayer, and we're like the Slayerettes.
I'm so into this outfit just because I have had enough khaki camel toe with this show for the rest of my life.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
What do his guards do as he is murdered? A. Anything. B. Nothing. Unspoiled. Experience your favorites again for the first time.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. The HPV vaccine protects against a number of strains of HPV, but not all of them.
I know.
So, just be aware that even if you've had the HPV vaccine, you can still contract a different form of the disease.
Right.
But it's probably not going to be one of the ones that are uber, super, all of the other words that mean a lot of cancer.
Right. And there's no downside. So get the fucking vaccine,
There really
guys.
is no downside to this vaccine.
Go fucking get it.
Yeah.
And it's, just fucking do it.
We're going to go do it as a house later this week.
Are we?
Sure, why not?
Okay. She's inventing things for...
We are actually both going to go get a flu vaccine, though.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Flu vaccine. Yeah, it's flu season. So
yeah.
We should all get that.
It's begun.
It has. I have not had the flu in 5 years.
Well, let's keep that party going.
Have you noticed how weird my body is? I don't get sick.
It's obnoxious.
My immune system is so overprotective that, just a little bit of butter or, a tiny bit of cat dander and my immune system's like, fuck you! DEFCON 1! And then I feel like shit, but I'm not, sick with any actual infection.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Maybe we could, cut it down by 10%, and you could be normal.
I don't know.
Who's to say?
So, I would like to have a milkshake, please. Yeah, so that was my PSA, guys. I'm super excited, and I know this is weird because my mom is a reproductive health doctor. So, like, of course, the first thing she did was text me and say, like, this thing is available. But
yeah, you're in the window, get it.
But, like, to take it from two older queers who have stuck their various appendages in things over the years, that this is a super good thing. There's really no downside. I know money could be a problem, but this should just be something that you do.
Yeah.
So.
It's an investment in your future and your partner's future.
And in public health.
Because let me tell you, it really makes you feel bad in your soul when you find out that your partner has cervical cancer and could die and you maybe did it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's hard to live with.
And so also, like, you can't tell because if it was you or not. So. Yeah,
because there's a test for men, but it involves a lot of things that most men aren't willing to actually do no matter what. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's kind of rough. Anyway, Back to Buffy. That was important. We are good people doing a public service. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What's the next one called? I don't know, but it's Dawn gets a boyfriend who tries to eat her. It's Halloween again. It seems like they do this every year. Wait, we do, because it's almost Halloween. Right now! Yeah! I'm stoked. Yeah, like, you guys are probably gonna, like, hear this the day before Halloween or something like that, but, I do want to, like, pause for a second and just revel in the pre-Jack Sparrow pirate costume that Xander is wearing. Because I kind of miss it. Yeah, when there could just be pirates and they didn't all have to be of a Caribbean. And they had, like, bathed and done their laundry at some point. Yeah. I know that's not historically accurate, but, you know. But, like, as much as I like the Pirates movie, it's, like, I don't like what it did to the pirate concept. Yeah, that's fair. Like, pirates acting like drag queens is, like, that's okay for Jack Sparrow. It's kind of not okay for everything else. Yeah, they kind of nerfed pirates a little bit. Like, you know, we all expect pirates to have a heart of gold now, and pirates didn't. Yeah, they were fucking terrible. Yeah, they were the worst. It's a romantic life in that, the high seas and take it what you want and freedom. But no, they were assholes. Yeah. They were raping, pillaging sons of bitches. Right. Even the women. And they weren't even, like, interested in treasure most of the time. They just needed food. Yeah, gotta fight that scurvy. Right. Yep. So, did I just shit a tooth? Don't get scurvy, guys. Yeah, scurvy's bad. Eat your gummy vitamins. So, yeah, Dawn has a boyfriend. I kind of don't even give a shit. Like, she just met him that night, and he's kind of hunky and dreamy, and her friend has terrible taste in men because she brought along vampires. And they roam around and do silly kid we do have them playing hooky from their various parents. Yeah, and you know, that's fair. That's like a solid 15-year-old girl thing to do. Uh-huh. And wandering around Sunnydale on Halloween, the safest night of the year in Sunnydale, because monsters are supposed to take the night off. Spike makes a big deal about that, and I support it. I kind of wish that there was, like, a curse reason why you couldn't do it. Like, there's a spot in American Horror Story where, like, carnies are not allowed to perform on Halloween because that means the devil will come claim one of you. Oh. That's crazy interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So. I kind of like it just being an honor amongst thieves thing, where it's like, you guys, this is too cliche. Can we all agree this is too cliche and just not do it? It's like, yeah, bro. Let's not. Okay. Yeah, Spike is very insistent that they shouldn't do this. And we did do that, like, Joss Whedon bait and switch, like, that he did in the very first pilot, where, like, remember when Darla is breaking into the school with the guy, and the guy's like, yeah, there's no one going to be around. You think he's going to eat her? And then it turns out she's the vampire. Yeah. So it kind of did that with the old man. Yeah, they like to do the bait and switch thing in that way a little bit, and it was like, I don't know. Did you fall for it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Because that man was super creepy.
Yeah, he was. I think I fell for it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other times around, it's just like, no, he's just creepy. He's not dangerous. He just sets off your spider sense because there's something off about him.
Right. Because he wants to invite children in.
And he's got a lot of rage.
And he's not mad about his pumpkin. He's actually going to give them candy.
Yeah, he made Rice Krispie squares with little pumpkins. Man, I was so mad when that tray got ruined. It's like, yes, you killed an old man, but I wanted those Rice Krispie squares.
Do you want to make some with caramel?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like, why do you even have to ask that? But we have to have some plain ones too, because they're magic.
Okay. I kind of want to make some with peanut butter, but...
Ooh.
I have to experiment with the recipe.
Okay, we're doing an assortment for Halloween, guys. Come over.
This is the Great Gay Baking Show.
Oh man,
where
I had
like
to stop watching that.
I had to too. I had to rage quit after season 2.
I only got like 3 episodes in. I'm like, I'm so bored.
It's bored, but it's fascinating.
Yeah,
it's weird. I don't know how they do that.
For some reason, them being so polite to each other was really pissing me off.
So there was this
American.
one baker in season 2 that had resting bitch face.
Okay,
and that's the only reason I watched, because I needed she had this thing where she had no self-confidence whatsoever.
Okay.
And she also had resting bitch face. So it looks like she's having a terrible time. Mm-hmm. And also when she's about to be judged, she's like ready to burst out into tears at any moment.
Oh, wow.
And then like it was the most amazing thing when they would taste and like, this is amazing. And that kept happening. Like she never fucking learned that she was actually good at this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to hug her.
I know. So,
they're not just being nice.
Back to Buffy.
Yeah,
so teenage pranks of throwing eggs and stuff.
Yeah, like relatively harmless stuff. Yes, it's obnoxious, but it's Halloween.
Destroying mailboxes.
Yeah, that's, vandalism, but it's Halloween.
See, I never vandalized anything, but I did do some very risky things.
Well, yeah, you're in Texas. You're bored.
Yep.
Yeah.
I told you what it was, right?
I don't remember.
Was speeding down Highway 281 at like 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Holding a Roman candle out the window.
That's pretty dumb.
Yeah, that was really stupid. That was really fun, too.
I bet it was, but things you don't do after, your teen years because they're fucking dumb.
Oh my god, I was so high.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Yep. So, I was already in military school too. So, like, you cannot blame this on me not having, like, structure.
Discipline.
So, this was just what teenage boys get up to.
Yeah, you have to leave a certain space for stupidity in teen years, because otherwise they'll never get it out of their system.
Right. And also, you need, like, places to do that. You know what? People who, like, find a fucking disused airstrip and let kids race.
Huh. We'll lose a couple, but the rest will be better for it.
Right. Like, I have a friend who's a drag racer in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And he says the worst thing that happened to drag racing was Fast and the Furious. Because suddenly everyone gave a shit. Like, they had agreements with cops, and they were like, okay, it's at 2 a.m, like, we're not gonna pull you over as long as you do it way the fuck out here where there's no one there, and, like, we know that you're doing it contained.
Yeah,
and it's
don't involve
safe.
people not in the club.
Right, but then suddenly it became a thing, and everyone's like, is drag racing a thing that kids do? And yes, it's a thing. Fuck you.
It was always a thing, but
right.
but also then you get the filthy casuals who are like, I want to try this because I want to be like
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel or whoever the fuck it was. I don't care.
Vin Diesel can get it.
Diet The Rock.
No, The Rock is Diet Vin Diesel.
I'm sorry, The Rock is amazing and Vin Diesel is boring.
Vin Diesel plays D&D. The Rock is a Republican. I win.
The Rock is a feminist.
No, he's not. He's a fucking Republican.
We'll discuss this later.
We really won't. I win. Yeah, so the misspent youth and Dawn almost gets eaten, but that's not what I really want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the fight between Willow and Tara.
Ah.
Because this is I'm finally starting to see that they actually have a relationship. Because all of last season they didn't.
Well, last season was complicated as far as their relationship goes.
I don't think it was. They were just there.
Yeah.
And it was like,
and then Tara got fridged.
Here's some lessies. That's all that's required as far as character development, right? And
well, that was a big deal back then.
Yeah, but it's still, you can still have them have preferences and shit. So this fight, but Tara is the only one other than Anya who has room to tell Willow that she needs to knock this shit off. Yeah. And it bothers me that I'm looking at Willow as someone who has grown into something that can steamroll her girlfriend like this. Yeah. This is really starting to fucking scare me.
Willow has gotten too casual with magic.
Yeah.
And Tara is calling her on it. And she's been trying to subtly call her on it before this. She keeps saying things like, you scare me with how powerful you're getting. Uh-huh. And that's not getting the point across. And now she's starting to say, no, don't fucking do that shit. That's bullshit and dangerous. Why would you even think that way? And Willow is not liking it.
Is this the point where you start rolling out ultimatums?
Possibly. It depends on the particular fight and the circumstances and how bad it gets, but it feels like that's where Tara's going.
Yeah.
Until
I'm starting to worry about Tara. Well, and then Willow, this was fucking scary when Willow does the forget spell.
Yeah.
So.
And it's kind of extra bad considering that Tara has just had her brain fucked with. Mm-hmm. You don't come up on the boundaries of a rape survivor. You don't come up on the boundaries of a brain rape survivor.
Right.
Fucking respect that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Willow doesn't even give it a second thought.
Also, Willow is in such a bigger spot of responsibility now.
Yeah.
That it's this is what scared me the whole time, is that Willow is gaining power very quickly. She's very new to having responsibility. She's very new to having authority.
And she's using it as a shortcut.
Right. And, I kind of feel for her in, I've got all this shit to deal with. I've got college. I've got a semi-daughter to raise.
Yeah.
I've got a relationship to worry about. I've got a fucking mortgage to worry about.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Where's Willow's tuition coming from?
That's a very good question. I'm assuming her parents.
Okay. Where's her food and clothing and, spell fixins coming from?
I don't know.
Exactly. She's got to be getting money from somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is fucking scary, and I feel like Willow is going to fuck something up royally. Really hard.
I can't wait to find out what.
And I'm kind of, at this point, I'm kind of hoping that Tara dumps her ass, just so that she's not around when shit goes south. I'm calling it. Shit's gonna go wrong with Willow. She's going to fuck something up entirely.
You've been calling that for 2 seasons.
I have. But now the show seems to agree with me.
Remember what I said about some things are a slow build?
Yeah.
But also some things just fall off the side of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we are. So, what else happens? They kill the vampires. Dawn kills her first vampire, I think.
Yeah. That was a good staking.
Right. And I don't know. I don't think Dawn would fall for this shit.
So, okay, when you're a 15-year-old girl and no cute boy has ever paid real attention to you, and one is telling you that you're pretty and you're special and that you take up space in their brain, that's so fucking powerful. It makes you do dumb shit. Really dumb shit. You've seen me do dumb shit for women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things that if I had had my right brain about me, I would never consider because it's so stupid.
Right.
She's like that times 10, yo.
Bitches went to clown college.
I did not. Take that back, you son of a bitch. But I did, let's see, learn Spanish, learn to smoke cigars, take up smoking in general.
Yeah.
Learn to drink whiskey, which at the time I thought I was allergic to. Learn to drink beer, which is pretty gross.
Listen to the Indigo Girls.
Listen to the Indigo Girls, which are also kind of gross.
Watched Hannibal.
Oh, God, I watched Hannibal more than one time.
Oh, my God.
Which is super gross.
Do you know what's even grosser than Hannibal?
What?
P.S. I Love You.
I've never seen that one.
Really?
Thank God.
Because it was the same woman.
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. You've been a teenage girl. I haven't.
Yeah. You just want someone who is special to you or could be special to you to pay attention to you.
Well,
he was doing a really good job of manipulating her in that 15-year-old way.
I'm glad that we get to meet one of Dawn's friends. And
she's a shitty friend, but yeah.
She is a shitty friend, but it's not about Dawn having friends that she can rely on for me. It's about Dawn having a life that does not center around the Scooby Gang. Because that's
true.
Kind of been my problem with how this show deals with characters. Like, Cordy, like, we see her kind of tank her social standing to be with Xander. But like Willow, I'm still gonna go back to that final episode of the first season when it's like, these are my friends. I've never fucking seen them before.
It was the AV Club.
Right. So I'd like to see that Dawn has a fully fleshed out existence. So I'm hoping we see more of that. Like, Janice can continue to be a shitty friend for all I care.
That's fair.
Just the fact that Dawn does things other than worry about Buffy.
Yeah, Dawn needs to have people that she interacts with at school.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, people need to have work friends. Work friends are important.
Right.
Yep.
So, guys,
those are our episodes.
Those are our episodes, and we have, what was I going to say? I had something to say.
We've got a review.
Was it Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers?
It wasn't that.
No.
It's never that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I want to do new patrons first.
Okay.
So, new patrons: Valerie Knight, Nadina Blair, Robin Howell, Ben Wilson, Sarah, Albert Lynn, Dominic, and Tia Williams. Welcome, guys. Make sure you are on the Patrons Only Facebook group. Make sure you're getting your Spoil Me. You can now commission Natasha to cover anything you want for the right price. If you pay enough money, you can even co-host with her.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, she's doing a lot of cool stuff. Like, she's doing So You Want to Be a Wizard, which
Nice.
she said kind of broke her brain at the end. She's doing Veronica Mars, so I'm shocked was not on her docket before this.
Yeah, V Mars was a great show.
Yeah, I didn't get very far.
I just really love Kristen Bell, who is in everything now.
Yeah, she is.
She really hit her stride. I love her.
Let's see. She's Black Mirror is back.
Ooh. Okay.
So, and then of course we have Unspoiled Lost. And I don't know if the Vampire Diaries is back, but there was a misunderstanding earlier. But guys, we have to do it. We have to read this new review.
This is a lesson for us in be careful what you wish for.
Right, because we got a new review, and the rating is... Guess. You're looking at it.
I can see it.
I was hoping you'd guess like purple or something.
Triangle!
Yeah, so our rating is 2 from Dean Girl Forever 85 from the United States, and that username is like... I swear to God, this person gave this review from an AOL email address in 2002.
Yeah. And seriously, could you be more 14 years old? I mean, she and Dawn could really hang out.
Right. The title is Buffy Was Cool, which is inoffensive. You know what's not inoffensive? Her really inconsistent capitalization.
Yeah, wow.
This is really weird. Okay. So, in honor of you, Dean Girl Forever 85, I am going to read this review in the voice of the Cookie Monster.
Can I give color commentary?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
I used to like this show, and I'm glad that you guys are not Angel fans or Riley fans, but Oz was cool and I liked Seth Green. That was one sentence, guys. There
No
was
commas.
no commas.
None.
Anywhere.
Not even a hint of a comma.
Nope. So, I'm a little mad she didn't overuse exclamation points.
Yeah, with
That
like a
would have been
one.
amazing.
But then we'd know it was fucking.
No, I just want them peppered in so we can do a dramatic reading.
Okay, keep going though, because
Okay.
there's more.
Also, I have to disagree with some of your comments about white people looking alike.
They do.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We look
are
alike.
We are a white people.
In fact,
and
we're twins. He has facial hair and I don't. I still can't tell us apart.
So, not true. Also, some white guys are sexy, just saying.
No one argued that.
Yeah, like, who the fuck are you, bitch?
How many of these have you listened to?
Who are you standing for? Well, I clearly, listened far enough to get Riley, so...
Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
All right. My voice hurts. And nothing is wrong with being straight, either. Clearly there is. All evidence to the contrary right here, bitch.
Oh.
She's got straight brain. She just can't handle it, you know? Oh, and Will Tippin from Alias was cool, too, and sexy.
No one's arguing. Well, I might have. I don't care. Sometimes I don't think people are sexy. Dean Girl Forever 85. I'm sorry.
I thought Will Tippin was not cool, but sexy. He was sexy in a very uncool way.
I don't even remember which one he was.
The reporter.
Yeah, it's gone. I got nothing.
Okay. Bradley Cooper. But Bradley Cooper has kind of really not become sexy in the intervening years. He hasn't aged a fucking day. It's just the roles he takes are so bro-y.
Oh, yeah.
And
bros aren't sexy, guys.
Yeah. So, anyway, I like this podcast, but you guys could be too critical at times. We could be, but we're not.
Is there too critical?
Oh, and Buffy should be with Dean Winchester now. That would be awesome.
We're doing crossovers now with shows on different networks?
I don't fucking know. Also, I have to...
That didn't happen consecutively?
I'm going to go ahead and apologize to both Jamie and Krista because I mistakenly thought Dean Winchester was from the Vampire Diaries, so I kind of called them out to come get this bitch. But apparently he's from... Supernatural, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense because the next sentence...
Which I have seen many seasons of, and now poor Money is appalled. Anyway, keep going. Last sentence.
BT Dubs. Supernatural is a great show too. Way better than Angel or Buffy. I like Dean Winchester's cock.
Yeah, nobody asked you, Dean Girl Forever 85. If you want to talk about Supernatural, go to your Supernatural forum and masturbate and be happy. Don't bring your shit here.
This is really fucking rude.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel this way if we didn't get several sentences in and get a cross-universe ship that no one fucking asked for.
Exactly. Yes, talk about Alias. We did a whole entire podcast about Alias.
That is very good,
yeah,
Dean
good
Girl.
job.
That was relevant.
Yeah.
But now we're, in weird, Dean Winchester. I don't fucking...
I think we're getting punked. I think this couldn't possibly be real.
I mean...
Guys, if you're punking us, can you at least change our rating to 5? I mean, I don't care if you're punking us with what you're saying here, because that's fun. But the ratings are important. So.
I don't know. It's I feel like if they were, it would be just a little bit more absurd.
Yeah,
it's not absurd enough.
Yeah, it's just so what, really? Why do you care enough to give us a bad review if, you're not that invested? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, guys, could you write us a couple reviews so we can get that average back up? We're at 4.74, and I'm really sad that we're not at 4.75.
Yeah.
So, we could use some reviews from those of you who listen, so that's our show, guys. And it's super late, and bitches is hungry.
I am.
So we're gonna say goodbye. Bye, listeners, except for Dean Girl 85.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Bye!
Network podcast.